So closure is defined as minimum number of pairs. Minimum number of pairs required to be added in relation such that so minimum number of pairs required to be added in relation such that relation will be reflexive. So that is called the reflexive closure. So if you write it as such that relation will be a symmetric closure, so then it will be called as a symmetric closure. And if you write it as a minimum number of pairs required to be added in relation such that the relation will become a transitive relation, so that will be called as the transitive closure. So these three closures we have studied in the last lecture, but there is some ambiguity or say, complexity in finding the transitive closure. Okay, so finding reflexive closure is easier, symmetric closure is easier, but finding a transitive closure will be difficult. For example, say if you take an example as A equals to 1, 2, and 3, and relation R equals to 1, 1, then 2, 2, and 1, 2. And let us take one more example relation as 2, 3. Okay, so these are the three four ordered pairs in the relation. So what will be a reflexive closure of this? A reflexive closure you can write as reflexive. So check whether the relation is reflexive or not. So it has 1, 1 pair here, 2, 2 pair here, but 3, 3 pair is not there. So reflexive closure will become equals to ordered pair 3, 3. So this is a reflexive closure of this relation, because there is no relation on 3, 3, and reflexive says that for each element in set there must be a pair on or there must be a self edge. So 3, 3 edge is not there, or 3, 3 pair is not there in this relation. So that's why by adding this 3, 3 it will become a reflexive. So reflexive closure will be a 3, 3. Similarly, symmetric closure. So can you tell me what is symmetric closure of this? Minimum number of pairs to be added in the relation such that relation will become a symmetric. So here 1, 1 is there, so it is satisfying the symmetric property. This is satisfying the symmetric property. 1, 2. So what symmetric says, if pair is A, B in the relation, there must be a B, A. So 1, 2 is there, and 2, 1 is not there. So the first pair required to be added in the relation is 2, 1, because it is not present, and 1, 2 is present. So that's why 2, 1 is required. Similarly, 2, 3 is there. So which pair is required to be added? 3, 2. So this is a symmetric closure. And one more is a transitive closure that we have studied. So you have to find the transitive pairs here. So here you can see that 1, 2 relation is there, and 2, 3 is a relation. So if you treat this as A, B, and this B, C, then which pair should be there? This pair should be there, A to C. So you can write this as 1 to 2 is there, 2 to 3 is there, then there must be this pair, 1 to 3. So add this pair, as it is not in the relation 1, 3. Similarly, can you find some other relations? 1, 2 is there, 2, 2 is there, so 1, 2 is there, so no problem. And other pairs are also satisfying the property. So this will be a transitive closure for relation. Okay, so finding a transitive closure somewhat becomes a complex task if a relation have many ordered pairs. So we will study a proper algorithm by which you can calculate the transitive closure. So the name of the algorithm is Warshall's algorithm. Algorithm for transitive closure. So we will understand step by step Warshall's algorithm with an example, so that it will be easier to understand it. So still there are only 25. I think in the video that I had shared yesterday, you might have watched. In that video also the Warshall's algorithm is discussed. So it will be just a revision for you if you have watched the video. If you don't have watched the video completely, then pay attention to understand the Warshall's algorithm. So let us take an example for understanding the Warshall's algorithm. So let let A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a set, and relation R is equals to 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4. So here you can easily tell the reflexive closure as 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. All of the self edges are not present. So reflexive closure will be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And then symmetric closure will be 1, 2, 2, 1 is there, 2, 3, 3, 2 is not there. So 3, 2 is required to be added. And 3, 4, 4, 3 is required to be added. So 3, 2 and 4, 3 will be a symmetric closure. Okay, so now we will understand how to calculate the transitive closure by using this particular algorithm. So this algorithm will help you to calculate the transitive closure. So let us understand the steps. Okay, so first step is represent relation in matrix format. Represent a relation in a matrix format. So what will be the matrix format of this? So this will look like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the elements of set. Then here also write 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so is there a pair from 1, 1, 1 to 1? Okay, let me write this in the form of squares so that you can understand it is in an easier way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can directly represent them in the matrix format, but for easier understanding, I have drawn the squares. So let us write here the elements. The elements are 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now you have to make the cells of this matrix as 0 or 1. So when you will make it as 0, so if there is no relation, then we will make it as a 0. So if you check, there is no relation from 1 to 1, so this will be a 0 here, isn't it? So this relation will be a 0 here. Okay, now 1 to 2, yes, there is a pair, so this will be 1. 1 to 3, no pair, so this will be 0. 1 to 4, no pair, so this will be a 0. Then 2 to 1, yes, there is a pair from 2 to 1, so this will be 1. Then 2 to 3, 2 to 3, yes, and 2 to 2 is not pair. There is no pair as 2, 2, so this will be a 0. Then next is 2, 4. So 2, 4 relation is also not there, so this will be a 0 here. Then 3, 1, check the edges from 3. So there is single edge from 3. That is 3, 4. So this 3, 4 will be 1, others will be a 0. Am I right? There is only one edge from 3 to the 4. So this will be 1, others will be 0. And there is no edge from 4. So all the cells in the fourth row will be a 0. So this is the matrix representation of your relation. I hope it is very simple to represent a relation into the matrix format. So you have to just check the pairs 1, 2. So 1, 2 will be 1. 2, 1. So 2, 1 here is 1. 2, 3. 2, 3 here is 1. And 3, 4. Here it is 3, 4, 1. Others are 0. There is no relation. If there is an order pair, make it as 1. If there is no order pair, make it as 0. So this is the simple logic behind it. Representing a relation in the matrix format. So now next iteration. So here the iterations will start of the Warson's algorithm. So first iterations when k equals to 1. So k equals to 1 means this k will be represented as the column numbers. So this will be k equals to 1, k equals to 2, k equals to 3, and k equals to 4. So whenever you are representing k equals to 1, so you have to write this as k equals to 1 here, k equals to 1 here. So this is the first row in k equals to 1. And then next you have to check which row contains 1. Which row contains 1 if k equals to 1. So you have to consider this. Let me copy paste. Okay, so you have to selected k equals to 1. So we will mark this as k equals to 1 here. So the first column. Okay, then next thing you have to check in the first column which row contains a 1. In the first column, which row contains a 1 in itself. So row 1 have 0 here, row 2 have 1 here. So this is important to you. Row 3 have 0, row 4 have 0. So here let me write row 2 contains 1 in column k equals to 1. So row 2 contains 1 in column k equals to 1. So whichever row contains 1, it's in a row. So whichever row contains 1 in itself, then you have to perform the OR operation. So perform OR operation. So what will be the OR operation? Which row contains your 1 in the first column? So row 2 contains, this is the second row that contains 1 in its first column. So row 2 or k equals to 1, that means row 1. So if k equals to 1, you have to or the row 1 with a row which contains a 1. Let me write in short here. Or perform or operation on row equals to k with the row that contains 1 in column k. Okay, so this operation you have to perform or operation on row equals to k with the row that contains 1 in column k. So now k equals to 1. So you have to perform the operation on or operation on row equals to k means row equals to 1. So this row equals to 1 that we have written with the row that contains 1 in column of k. So this second row contains 1 in column of k. So that's why we are storing this. So what are the values of row 1? Sorry, row 2 1 0 1 0. So row 2 is 1 0 1 0 or with row 1. So what is the value of row 1? This is row 2 1 0 1 0 and this is row 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0. Okay, so just perform the OR operation. So you know the OR table. Let me write this OR table here for you. So 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, so if both the values are 0, the output. So this is input A, this is input B, and this is the result. So 0 0 is 0, 0 1 is 1, 1 0 is 1, 1 1 is 1. So it is 0 for or result is 0 if both the inputs are 0. Otherwise it is 1. Or result is 0 if both the inputs are 0. Otherwise the result is 1. Okay, so perform the operation 1 0 will be 1, 0 1 will be 1, 1 0 will be 1, and 0 0 will be 0. So this is the OR operation for or result for row 2. So in next step, modify row 2. We have to just modify this row now. So we will change the contents of row 2 whatever that we have calculated. So what are the contents of row 2? So modified contents of row 2 are 1 1 1 0. So here right it has 1 1 1 and 0. So this completes your iteration 1. So let us understand again the first step what we have done. So first we have represented the relation in the matrix format like this. Then we have taken k equals to 1. So we will start with k equals to 1. K equals to 1 per row and a column. Then we have to perform this operation. What is the operation? Perform or operation on row equals to k with the row that contains 1 in column k, that contains 1 in column k. So which row contains 1 in column k? So k equals to 1 here, so second row contains 1 in column k. So this row 2 is required to be ORed with row 1. So this OR operation we are performing here. We have performed the OR operation, and after performing the OR operation, whatever is the result, that result you have to update in row 2. In row 2, you have to update this result. Okay, so this will complete your first iteration. Now let us start with the second iteration. Sorry, let me copy this again. The modified matrix. So this is modified matrix now. Now you have to perform the next iteration as a iteration. Iteration 2, where k equals to 2 now. Where k equals to 2 now. So what you have to do here in k equals to 2. Now let me mark this row equals to 2, k equals to 2. So k equals to 2. Sorry. Something is happened. So this is k equals to 2 column. K equals to 2 column. Now in k equals to 2 column, you have to check. What you have to check? Which row perform. Let me write it again. Perform or operation on row 2, because we have taken k equals to 2. Perform or operation on row 2 with row that contains 1 in column 2. That contains 1 in column 2. So which row contains 1 in column 2? Now this is column 2. So row 1, this row and this row is containing 1 in column of 2. These two are containing 1 in column of 2. So first we will perform the OR operation, row 1 or row 2. So what is row 1? 0, 1, 0, 0. So row 1 is 0, 1, 0, 0. And what is row 2? 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, perform the OR operation. So what is the result? 0, 1 is 1, 1, 1 is 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So these are modified contents of row 1. These are the modified contents of row 1. Because we are performing the OR operation of row 1 with row 2, and finally whatever we are getting, that you have to modify in row 1. Now second row 2 also contains 1 here. But what will happen if you try to OR row 2 or row 2? Because you have to, this should be a fixed, second row, because k equals to 2. So for k equals to 2, second row should be a fixed, that is row 2. And this will change depending on if it is containing a 1 in its column or not, 1 in second column or not. So row 2 is 1, 1, 1, 0, and row 2 is 1, 1, 1, 0. So if you perform OR operation on the same row, then the result will be the same, it will not change. So this will be modified contents of row 2. So actually there is no modification if you perform the OR operation on the same row. So only this you have to modify. The row 1 you have to modify. Okay, so let us modify now the row 1. Let me copy this. Put it here. Okay. So this is your modified matrix in this step number 1. Now in step number 2, you have to modify this row 1. So row 1 is 1 1 1 0. So this you have to modify. So row 1 we will erase. And we will update it as, what will be the updation? 1 1 1 0. So it is 1 1 1 and a 0. Am I right? 1 1 1 and a 0 will be the modified contents of row 1. Okay, so in this way we have this is 1 3 here. So in this way we have performed step number 2 also. Now go to step number 3, where k will become now equals to 3. Okay, now here we will write iteration 3. With k equals to 3. That means you have to mark now which column? This column. K equals to 3. And you have to check which rows are containing 1. So here row 1 and row 2 are containing 1, and with which you will OR this. So let me write here row 1 and row 2 contains 1 in column number 3. Why we are taking 3 here? Because k equals to 3 here. So we have to check column number 3. So row 1 and row 2 have the 1 in column number 3. So first we'll modify row 1. So how will modify row 1? By performing the OR operation with row number 3. So this should be fixed. Why it is 3? Because column k equals to 3. Why it is 3? Because k equals to 3. So row 1 is 1110. Let me write this 1110. And row 3 is 0001. 0 0 0 1. And its OR operation will be 1 1 1 and 1 here. So this is modified row 1. Okay, so similarly modify the row 2. So next write modify row 2. I will modify by performing OR operation on row 3. So row 3 is same 0 0 0 1. And what is row 2? Row 2 is 1110. 1111 111 and 0. So its OR operation will be the same 1111 1. So this is modified row 2. Okay, now just update these entries in the table matrix. So which rows you have to modify? Row number 1 and row number 2. So row number 1 will contain all ones. So let me make it as all ones here. So these are already 1. So we will update here as 1. And make row number 2 as all ones. So we will update this row number 2 with all ones. Okay, so this completes the third step. Now only one step is remaining for k equals to 4. So k equals to 4 here. Then paste this matrix and then mark the row number. Row number k equals to, column number k equals to 4. And check which entries are 1. So here this row, and this row. 3 rows are containing 1. Here row 1, row 2, and row 3 contains 1 in column 4. Why it is 4 here? Because k equals to 4 here. So that's why we are checking which row is containing 1 in column number 4. So row 1, row 2, row 3. So let us try to modify this. Modify row 1. How it will be modified? by ORing with row number this 4. So row 1 is all ones and row 4 is all zeros. So row 4 is all zeros. So what will be the result? The same number. Why it is same number? Because you are ORing with a 0. These are all zeros. So row 1 ORed with row 4 is giving the same. Will it change if you OR row 2 with row 4? It will not change. Why it will not change? Because row 4 is containing all zeros. That means the OR operation will be the same. So if you want to do, let me give you here row 2 and row 4. So row 2 is also all ones and this is all zeros. So again the result is same. Okay, now we have remained with row 3 only. So let us try row 3 also. So row 3 or row 4. So what is row 3? 000 1 and row 4 is 0000. Or this and we will get the same number 0001. That means neither row 1 is changing nor row 2 is changing or row 3 is changing. Everywhere you are getting the same row 1, same row 2, same row 3. That means there is no modification is required. So finally you have got the transitive closure. So this is your transitive closure. Transitive closure of R is equals to this one. So if you want to represent using diagram or ordered pairs, you can represent, or this much answer is sufficient. So if they are asking for writing the ordered pairs, then we can write the ordered pairs here. So this R dash, that is transitive closure, is equals to, let me write ordered pairs 1 1 1 comma 1 1 comma 2 1 comma 3 and 1 comma 4. Then next 2 comma 1 2 comma 2 2 comma 3 and 2 comma 4, and one more one is there, that is 3 comma 4. Okay, so these are the ordered pairs. If you have been asked to write the transitive closure in terms of the ordered pairs, then you can write here like this. So you can check here, there is a edge from 2 comma 3 to 3 comma 4. So there is edge 2 comma 4 here. So it is a transitive. So similarly, if you check all the ordered pairs, you will find this relation as a transitive relation. Okay, so this is a transitive relation. Sorry, transitive closure. Okay, so in this way you have to solve the question. So this is an important topic, Warshaw's algorithm. The questions will be asked in the examination. So I will share this notes file with you so that you can write the answers for it. So shall I take one more example? Okay, so this example we will try to learn fast because how much time do we have? Okay, still we have half an hour. So we will take one more example. Okay, so set is given A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we will take it short. The example that is asked in your university examination have more elements, 5 and 6. So it will increase the size of the matrix. So now we will reduce it to 4 elements. And relation R is given as R is equals to ordered pair x comma y such that x minus y equals to 2. X minus y equals to 2. Okay, so for this relation, you have to write the ordered pairs. So let us try to write ordered pairs. So first I will write. So this is the absolute value that we are taking. X minus y equals to 2. So first we will check for 1. So R is equals to, can the edge on can be ordered pair 1 comma 2 we write in the relation. For writing this relation, what should be? This 1 minus 2 mod should be equals to 2, but it is not equals to 2, isn't it? It is equals to 1. So 1 comma 2 you can write, but 1 comma 3 you can write, because 1 minus 3 is 2, absolute value. Now don't consider the sign of the result. So 1 comma 3 is equals to 1 comma 3. This pair we can write in the relation because 1 minus 3 is equals to 2. Absolute value of 1 minus 3 is equals to 2. So that's why we can write it as a 1 comma 3. Then whether we can write 1 comma 4? No, because the result will be a 3. Yeah, wait a minute, I have a call. A relation is given as x minus y equals to 2. Okay. So 1 comma 3 we can write, but 1 comma 2, 1 comma 4 we can't write because the result is not 2. So similarly, if you take 2 as a pair, then you can take it as 2 comma 1 you can write, 2 comma 3 you can write, but 2 comma 4 you can write because 2 comma 4, 2 minus 4 is equals to 2 absolute value. Then with 3, so 3 comma 2, 3 comma 1 you can write 3 comma 1 here. Am I right? You can write 3 comma 1 because x minus y is equals to 2. Then 3 comma 4 you can write 3 comma 2 you can write. Similarly, the edges with 4, the 4 edges we can write it as a 4 comma 2. Am I right? Are these only pairs possible in this relation? X minus y equals to 2. 1 comma 3 difference is 2. 2 comma 4 difference is 2. 3 comma 1 difference is 2. 4 comma 2 difference is 2. So these are the 12 pairs possible. Now first step is to represent a relation in matrix format. You can directly represent this relation in the matrix format instead of writing the ordered pairs. But for easy understanding, I have written this ordered pairs first, and then we will try to write this in the matrix format. Okay, so let us write this in the matrix format. So take 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let us write this as 1, 2. I'll write this as 1, 2, 3, and 4. And column 1, 2, 3, and 4. And write these pairs. So first pair is from 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 will become 1. 2 to 4. 2 to the 4 will become 1. 3 to 1. So 3 to 1 will become 1. And 4 to 2. 4 to 2 will become 1 here. Others will be 0. Am I right? Others will be 0. Okay. So this is your representation. Now first iteration k equals to 1. So what you will check for this column? Let me first copy this. We'll require it for modifying. So first mark this as a first column k equals to 1 and check which row is containing 1. So row 3 is containing 1. So for k equals to 1, perform say modify row, which row? The row that contains 1 in first column. So row 3 by ORing with which row? Row number 1 because k equals to 1. So row number 1. So what is row 3? 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0. And what is row 1? 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 0. So this our result will be 1 here, 0 here, 1 here, and a 0 here. Am I right? So this is modified row 1. Modified row 1. Okay, so just modify this row now here. Which row you have to modify? You have to modify row number 1. So let us modify this row number 1. Sorry, you have to modify row number 3. You have to modify row number 3 because row number 3 is containing 1 in first column. So row number 3 will get modified. So let us try to modify row number 3. So what are the modified values? 1 0 1 0. So here you will write 1 0 1 0. Okay, let us copy now this. and paste it here. Okay, now you will take k equals to 2. Okay, so what will be the k equals to 2? So you will first mark the second column because k is equals to 2. And we'll check which row is containing 1. So here row number 4 is containing 1. So modify row 4. And how will it will be modified? By ORing it with row number this. Row number 2. So what is row 4? 0, 1, 0, 0. And what is row 2? Row 2 is 000, 1. 0, 0, 0, and 1. So just OR it 0, 1, 0, and 1. So this will be modified for row 4. Okay, so just modify this row number 4. So what is it? The modified 0, 1, 0, 1. So this 0, 1, 0. Let me modify. Remove the 0, 1, 0, 0. And it will get modified to 0, 1, 0, 1. This value. Okay, so this value we have updated. Now copy this because you have to perform step number 3. Okay, so let us write k equals to 3 now. K equals to 3. So which row you will mark? So you will mark this column number 3. And we'll check which rows are containing 1. So row 1 or row 3. Am I right? Because row 1 is containing 1 in the third column. And row 3 is also containing, but it will not make any change because row 3 or row 3 will give the same value. So you have to modify only row 1 here. So what is row 1? 0, 0, 1, 0. And what is row 3? 1, 0, 1, 0. So modify this 1, 0, 1, 0. So you are getting row 3 as 1, 0, 1, 0. That means you are getting the same. So row 3 as 1, 0, 1, 0. That means you are getting the, sorry, not row 3. This will be 1, 0, 1, 0. And this is modified. Which row? Row number 1. This is modified row number 1 because this is the first that we have written. So this will get modified to 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, now let us modify this here. So which row is getting modified? Row number 1. And mark it as 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Am I right? Okay, then final step. Let us copy this. Okay, so last step we have to perform where k equals to 4 now. K equals to 4. So you will mark this row. Sorry, this column 0, 1, 0, 1. So if you see in column number 4, row 2 is giving value as 1. So you have to modify row 2 or row 4. So what is row 2? 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. And what is row 4? 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So just or this 0, 1, 0, 1. Am I right? So row 2 is modified as 0, 1, 0, 1. So finally modify this row 2 with 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is 0, 1, 0, and 1. So this is your final transitive closure. Okay, so I will be sharing these examples with you and video as well. So if you have not understood, then you can rewatch the video and can understand. Okay, so the final example that we have to solve are its relation given by directed graph. Find the matrix of transitive closure of R using Warshaw's algorithm. So this is the relation given with the help of the diagram. So first we will have to convert this into a matrix format and then follow the steps of Warson's algorithm to find the transitive closure matrix. Find the matrix. So here they are mentioning to find the matrix. So this we will solve. So here the nodes are A, B, C, D. A, B, C, and D. Okay. So take this as for your homework and.